This methodology has been developed by close observation and analysis of hundreds of teachers and tens of thousands of students over the last several decades, during which yoga asana practice has gone from obscurity to mainstream. Although there are infinite ways to practice and teach yoga, and many texts from which to learn about the tradition of yoga, this course uses a single text as a framework in which to make the many decisions about how to facilitate safe and effective yoga practice. That is the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, a text written about 1,000 years ago, more or less, that describes the suffering that comes with navigating life from within a human mind, and then provides a solution to that problematic suffering. That solution is to bring stillness to the mind by focusing it on a single thing. It is through repeatedly bringing stillness to the mind by focusing it on one thing at a time that we begin to shift identity away from the ever-changing and therefore unreliable ego construct and toward the more permanent and lasting aspect of self that is one and the same as the innermost nature of the universe. When we are not doing that, it is stated in the sutras, we identify with our thoughts, which, it turns out, do not reveal who we actually are. The mind is a tool used to navigate experience. It is not you. So, although you may never repeat the same exact class, and you may approach individual poses in a new way every time you do them, and although this course teaches you how to make decisions on your own about which path to follow in any one class, everything is geared toward providing your students with an experience in a class of repeatedly endeavoring to hold the mind still by sharply focusing it on one thing after another. That makes the work on the mat a yoga practice in the truest sense of the word. For this technique to work, it has to be practiced over and over and over again. And for that to happen, the thing upon which the practitioner focuses the mind must be of interest to the practitioner. In the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali gives many different options for things upon which to try to focus the mind. Then, at the end of a list of possible objects of focus, it is stated that the object of focus can actually be anything that the practitioner finds elevating. The object of focus that the practitioner brings to an asana class at this point in history is their body. We live in a time when having an optimally functioning body is more of an option than it was just a couple centuries before. Not too long ago, if you didn't have a strong and healthy body, you didn't survive. Now it is entirely possible for much of the world to be mostly sedentary and still survive, so they have come flocking to asana classes. Yoga asana can be a way to effect the positive shift of identity that Patanjali's text claims it will, but highly relevant to the times we live in, it can also be practiced in a way that addresses the three main problems that come with the otherwise sedentary life of the modern human: issues with strength, issues with openness, and issues with knowing how to use the body. Many people have experienced the positive effects of yoga practice. This course is an attempt to encapsulate a teaching methodology used to facilitate the following things in a yoga class. It makes the body stronger where it needs to be stronger for injury-free, optimal functionality. It makes the body more open where it needs to be for injury-free, optimal functionality. It teaches the practitioner more about how to use the body for injury-free, optimal functionality. And it benefits the practitioner by repeatedly focusing the mind, the process that defines Patanjali's form of yoga practice. When these things happen, the practitioner has a better experience of life. Doing that professionally and skillfully is a noble endeavor, and that's what this course is about.